sometimes just one day that guys take off and they just have a holiday. And but it has been a great time, Aki. It's been we've spent a lot of time brainstorming, chatting, talking about the exciting stuff that's coming this year. And it's been a really good time to reset and to focus.
Perfect.
Yeah. Okay, so I would just like to let know the community that the video is being recorded. So you will have a chance to see everything in retrospect once we're finished. So I think, whether we were on a holiday or not, whether we took any days off or not, we always kept an eye on the community, especially the Telegram chat. And I can confidently say that both Mitch and Key and I and a lot of members of the Forward team have been reading every single message. So there were definitely a lot of things that we saw and we heard, and let's address them. There's some impatience in the group, some restlessness, and let's talk about it. We have a lot of questions about when the listing is going to be and what is taking so long and why we haven't made any official announcements yet. And I would just like to get an answer. What is going on? What is happening?
Okay, so it's a known fact. Everyone in the community, you could see for yourself the places where deposits are open and where the listing is already confirmed. It's all out there. There's no secret about it. So the listing is to happen. But then we just need to make sure that it happens in the right time and with the right things done before the listing happens. So a few things that were important to us is as Forward, the members who are part of Forward protocol are not just members from the crypto community. Forward protocol's objective is to connect a real adoption focused world. And we have attracted a lot of members in the community who come from traditional world, and they might or might not be available during the holiday time as well. And most importantly, we need everyone's focus and the timing done right to make it fair and advantageous to all. And that was one thing. And second, we also have a lot of members from the community requesting and asking that they wanted to have an opportunity to be part of Forward as well before the listing. And that was one thing that we always been thinking about it, because Forward is for the community. It is for all members. And if everyone isn't getting a chance, or at least the most people, then there is something wrong. So we wanted to also fix that beforehand, before the listing happens. And also we all know how the timing plays out, which is, I believe, something that although a lot of members are impatient, they just want to get it listed, be done with it. I believe that for something to be successful, every step matters. Every step along the path matters. Of course, I mean, mistakes might happen here and there, and that is okay if it happens without us knowing. But as long as it's in our conscious control, as long as it's in something that we could choose, it makes sense to choose and make the choices which are beneficial for the community and for all members in the Forward. And I think that's something that is important, because we did not just start off a project 10 days ago and go live with it, putting something over. This has been planned since 2018. We have been working with the partners and scoping and creating the requirements for a very long time. And from that high perspective, it's almost like being on a hot air balloon's perspective of looking at the world. This timing is more essential. If it's taking a few days more or less, I believe that's fine, because this is going to benefit everyone in the community more than anything else. Because end goal, I mean, to be honest, who would want this listing to happen sooner? We all know listing is happening, so that's not a question, that's not a doubt. We are out there, and every exchange, even those who are going to list us, they have added us in their list out there. So listing is happening. The question of is when. And I believe members in the Forward team, like myself, I mean, I want the listing to happen more than anyone else. I mean, the listing
Yeah,
is like an
exactly.
amazing event, and that too getting listed on bigger exchanges, we would want that. But I believe that it's just just like members say, it's not just a pump and dump, which ideally means in a pump and dump they don't care. I mean, just get something listed whenever, however, because they would shut that and go on to the next project in a couple of months. But if you're going to have only one chance at it, if it is just one, it's like a baby. It's something that we care so much about, and we want to do it right. Every chance matters, every moment matters. It's not something you can wing it. It's just one chance that we got at everything that we do here, and we would want to do it in a manner and form that everyone remembers, because the launch, the first day, and the moment the listing happens, that is a memory that a lot of members in the community are going to carry with them for a very long time, about the experience that they had having held the tokens and having gone through the process. I mean, if you are holding a token on IDO, it's no joke, because the both the DAO Maker SHO and the Mahastarter IPO, very few people got access to hold the tokens through that. It's not like everyone who applied got it, and it's not same as getting it that easily. It took a lot of efforts for someone to go through that whitelisting process, being part of something, staking tokens, and finally getting the allocation in Forward's IBO and SHO. And that is a very valuable opportunity, which I believe if someone is patient enough, it's worth, because the right timing is going to benefit everyone more than anything else. And before listing happens, one of the major objectives that I wanted to accomplish is to ensure a live product as well, because the moment listing happens, it's not just the early members in the community. Right now we have 35,000 people on Telegram and 45,000 on Twitter, about 100,000 members in our community. But after listing is over, it's going to be much, much, much higher, way higher. We are going to be having a lot of holders, because the community that we have right now are early adopters, people who believe in us so early on, people who joined us and who believe in the vision. But the moment thing happens, it's a much wider audience. And when they come in, and before they come in, I wanted to also, I believe that it's important to strengthen everything that we have even more so, because the newer coming people would not be as understanding as the members that we have in our community right now. So considering all these factors, a little bit of pushing the launch for a better timing is good for everyone, and that's pretty much what we have been doing. And we are been actively consulting every member, including the exchanges themselves and everyone involved, for planning the right moment for us to get the listing going.
Yeah, it's exactly what Keith says. I resonate with that. It's as much as everybody in the community is excited about this, we are more excited. We've been living with this for like 4 years. It's like we want this thing to happen more than you want it to happen, I promise you. But with the responsibility that comes in actually heading up and making decisions for a community, it weighs heavily on us. And so we do take into cognizance the fact and the advice of people that are really qualified, that give us a much wider perspective. So every decision we make is not a decision that Ki and I make by flicking a coin and we say we're going to list on this date. No, it comes with a lot of responsibility, and it's a weighty decision, because we understand that it affects your futures too. And I tell you one thing, we really, really appreciate every one of you for the patience that you have. I mean, some of you got tokens in the IBO and SHO, and that's wonderful, but so many people didn't. And for those people, I think even more, because I understand the anxiety. You want to get a chance, and we want you to have a chance. It's really, really important to us. And I just want to say thanks for the patience, because it does take a lot of trust. And we've seen in the community how people have just, they've stood their ground and they've supported it. And I've seen the comments, people want to know when and how, etc. And, we want to be able to say to you, this is the date, but that comes with a weighted responsibility. And you guys, you understand how the market dynamics work and the relevance of listening at the right time. We all understand that the crypto market has gone through a bit of a flat period over December. And that would be the worst time to launch. So it's important that we actually pick the right time, and we take the advice of people that are really in the know and can help us to make the right decision, not for us, but for the community. Because I think when we make the right decision for the community, then it actually works out for the best. So we just thank you again for being patient. But there's some exciting stuff coming, and I think you're going to really appreciate that.
I am really glad that we have this, this knowledge out there, that we have heard that from you, because a lot of questions have been answered right now because, people are anxious and impatient, and it's very easy to just talk and just set a date, which might be changed in a day or two. And we want to make that announcement a solid one. We don't want to go back and forth because, we do believe that our word has a, certain gravity to it, and we don't want to go back and forth all the time, just postponing everything. When we announce something to the community, we want them to trust us that is what we're going to do. And I really want to emphasize the fact that we want this to happen so much. I mean, we are the most impatient of all. We are the ones that have been pushing it for so long. And it's just, killing us not to do it right away. But in the long term, in the long run, it is really what is best for the project and the community. So we can create a chain of success, not just, one big bang and then it's out like a quick flame. We want steady perfection. We're striving for perfection. We're striving to calculate and manage the risks as much as possible. And I do think that the community, most of the community understands that. That's why most members have been, patiently quiet, just asking when we're going to list. And I think that we have given them that so far because of the decisions and how far this project has come with your decisions and your planning. So I think you have earned this trust that what you're deciding is for the best. And I hope that the community agrees with that.
It's funny, if you there's a saying Key and I always talk about, start with the end in mind. So what we want to do is we want to impact 1 billion people. That's not one step. That's multiple steps with multiple people, multiple stakeholders, all working together on the same ideal. And with that comes patience and responsibility. And I think that I'm really confident when I see the comments in the community and I see the type of people we've actually drawn, even at a really early stage, that by taking one step at a time, as you said, we can achieve that. And that for me is it's really, really encouraging. And it pushes us on because I think when we do it deliberately and we do it with a responsibility, we are going to achieve what we all want, which is making blockchain adoption simple. And if we can make that simple, we connect a real massive value-driven economy with blockchain, and Forward will sit in the middle of that. And that'll be a massive opportunity for everybody that's in the community and everybody that wants to be part of this beautiful journey that we're on.
Yeah, definitely. And of course, the community just sees the end result. We should always keep in mind the complexity of such decisions. There are a myriad of different circumstances and different factors that we need to consider when we make such decisions. And we really want to push all this together before we can make a definitive decision that is going to take us where we want ultimately. And that's what we have been working on for the past couple of weeks. And I think we did get quite a lot of work done. And do you think you can share something about that with us?
Sure.
What we have prepared, what we have in the works, and what is happening?
Okay. In this last 2 weeks, I believe we made more progress on the development and tech side that pretty much even pushes our timeline on what we wanted to do even much earlier. So we do have our solution on the staking side sitting on our private beta right now. And people in the community have been asking about our staking, about what the staking terms are. So obviously, we will be publishing the details on the staking and the staking program reveal itself before the before the listing period. I think this could be a news only for the members on this chat right now. Let's not even announce it until the timing is right. But whoever has taken the effort and join this video chat, let them be known that the staking program is a very exciting one. And it is a special one. It's not like the usual staking program that you see out there. It was custom developed specifically to ensure it rewards people on the long run. The loyal members are given way higher rewards than someone who just takes for a shorter period. And it's an amazing one that we crafted after long hours of mathematical calculation and working through for many weeks to perfect a model that not only incentivizes people for the staking, but making sure that the community continues to grow and join in the vision, because we just don't want people coming in, flip out. We want people to be here contributing in the long run, and the staking program has that at the heart because the whole Forward is a long-term project. It's not overnight thing. Overnight, nothing really could be done overnight in a successful manner. Everything takes time, and I think that is something that reflects even in how the staking program is done. Apart from that, obviously, our forming program has also been put on our private beta platform right now. But more importantly, we have been very busy working on our two of the main contracts, the initial value offering and our proof of ownership part. Because just like every member in the community is eagerly waiting for the listing, we also have a lot of partners waiting for integration. Partners care about integration and they want to be live on Forward. Every day we receive so many requests, hundreds of requests every single month from people who wants to be the first on the Forward chain doing something, first integrating a Forward protocol in their own ecosystems. And there is that massive demand because and it's something that people clearly see where it is heading, and they all want to be part of it in some way or other. I mean, we have amazing members in the crypto community who become part of projects like this by either investing or taking part in various activities. But that doesn't go for all partners, and many people in the real world of businesses, etc. The way they see blockchain is not by investing, but by integrating and using it in some way in their own ecosystems. And they're all impatiently waiting to do that. And in fact, right now I am in Dubai, and even though the crazy news about Omicron and all that was going crazy, I couldn't wait. I mean, people were saying, just don't go anywhere, just stay at the safety of your house and etc. But I couldn't wait. I mean, I wanted to be here where action is happening. So I moved on here, and I've been meeting people, actively meeting our partners, like the acknowledger partner that we met on, I believe, 1st of Jan. It was New Year, and people are out there celebrating, but even guys at Acknowledger and us, we were sitting there with a whiteboard, and we were drafting our models on how the evolving metaverses are happening, and the scene around that, and the value that our ecosystems are bringing to that particular trend. So we've been working with quite a lot of partners during this period on taking the next steps on our development process. And more importantly, we have added additional members to our tech and development team, and have been expanding the tech side more faster than ever before. So I am very confident and very happy and very proud to say that our tech team is bigger than before. And we have, okay, again, there are some announcements which I cannot just say right now, because Dana would kill me if I do that. They do want to reveal it in the right time, in the right way, with the whatever goes on with the Twitter and Telegram. But we have added a member to our tech team who is having 25 plus years of development experience. I mean, That's very close to my age. He has as much as my age with his experience. And someone who has coded on LinkedIn, I have never even heard what linked list is. Probably it was there when I was 4 years old, but he has coded on some of those things. And someone with a very deep experience on not only building and managing tech teams, but expanding and creating products with a very long foresight. We don't want to create a product which is, dead in 6 months or 3 months. Everything that we do is here to stay, because Forward's model is a factory model. So what we create is not a single product. It is going to be deployed by hundreds and hundreds and thousands of others, which means what we create has to be way stronger because that affects every other integrating partner and their own deployments. So we cannot call back something after deploying out there. And these kind of experienced people joining us, that is and that makes me happy, because those people, when they join us, they are putting their reputation in line. They trust Forward Protocol, that they are ready to risk their name, their brand, and they're joining full time, quitting whatever job it is that they are doing elsewhere, and they're being part of our journey here to develop and create products which bring in more value to the Forward ecosystem. So that has been going on. I mean, okay, I could be tooting my tooting or touting. What is that? Tooting my own horn. But then that thing, or whatever that is, in the current time that we are in right now, even during this holidays, working, and the tech team actually took, I think, 1 day off during the Christmas and in New Year. The tech team was working. I'm not talking about me, or I'm not talking about Mitch, but every member in the tech team were actively working on developing and making things happen during these holiday periods. They all have their families, they all have their dreams, and after the very busy launches of SHO and IBO, everyone would be obviously feeling overwhelmed, but still they continue to progress on the development, for which I'm very, very happy and thankful to every member in the team. When I was talking to my partners and everyone out here that I've been meeting, when I told them about how our team has been pulling all this, working for 20 hours a day, irrespective of holidays and whatnot, they all said one thing: what we built is not a team, but people who believe in a vision. And that is what carries us forward. Every member believes strongly in what we are doing here. Just like every member in the community, you are excited about what we are building. We all express our excitement in different forms and different manners. And I'm very, very happy with what happened in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, Key, I can echo that. You know what is really amazing to me is, when you see people that talk about Forward and the project with more excitement than you have, it's amazing. It's like the feedback you get, it makes you more excited. And I think with the development and the growth of the tech team, and seeing people that have come in with fresh eyes, with a fresh vision, and they see what we're trying to do, and they take that on, and they take ownership of it, and they run with it. It's unbelievable, because that really does just endorse and underpin the vision. And it really, for me, it reaffirms that what we're trying to do, other people can find meaning and purpose in. As you said, I mean, people have left their place of employment to come and actually join us here and join us in this vision and actually get that sorted out. And that is very, very encouraging for me, and gives me just a lot of excitement going for this year. We had a really good team beginning of December coming into it, but it's much stronger now. And I think with our roadmap and what we've got lined up, that brings a lot of confidence to the decisions we make and the deadlines and the timelines we put in place, which is really important to, being able to deliver and to, give the community what they expect, and the integration partners, etc. So I think with, the stronger your team becomes, the more confident you become, because it basically endorses what you believe to be right and to be true. And it doesn't just do that, but it gives you the foundation to actually move forward on. And I honestly can say that we are starting on a very, very solid foundation this year, with a team that we've attracted and the people that have joined us over the last couple of weeks. And I really look forward to just what's going to be rolling out over the next couple of weeks into the community, as Forward really, goes and does what it's meant.
Okay. So we talked a little bit about our team and the tech team expanding, and we have been working on some very exciting new products, and we can probably give something away, I think. What do you think? Can we reveal? We have been building all this momentum for an announcement, and I feel like the community is pretty much ready to burst. So I think we can just go ahead and say it. What do you guys think?
Yeah. That makes sense. So, if you look at one of our contracts, it's initial value offering contract. It is a contract that helps anyone and everyone to build platforms like Kickstarter to raise funds and create their projects and do whatnot with it, whether they are in whichever sector that they are in. And we also have a lot of our partners who are lined up for the integration of that. So when I kept hearing about members in the community, in fact, multiple members messaged me as well. They were all very excited for Forward, but they were kind of disappointed that we had like 25,000 people across DAOmaker and Mahastarter applying for the IDO, and I think only less than 1,000 people, I think, got an opportunity to be part of it. And when that members, it's also another fact that members were concerned about is that they had to have tokens of the DAOmaker and Mahastarter to do it, and a lot of people were amazing and they did that. But some members in our community could not do it because they were not part of those communities before, and they all wanted some kind of an equal opportunity, a fair opportunity. And when all those conversations were going out there, it just struck me. I mean, what are we doing here? We are building forward to bring blockchain adoption, and we are building something for a common man to use for any individual out there to function. And if we do need to give them a fair chance, but for that we don't have to go cross hills and find a solution. Our own contract does that. Initial value offering that we have been creating and developing. It's meant to do this for our partners, for everyone that is excited on doing it. And so why not use that and showcase a proof of concept through which we give an opportunity to members in our community to do it. And there came the thought of Forward's own launchpad, through which we give members in our community to have a chance to go ahead and have hands on the Forward token before the listing happens, giving them one final chance. I mean, everyone deserves second chances, and I mean, everyone deserves second chances. Members in Forward community, passion, their excitement. I see people they're messaging like, when is this? When is the listing going to happen? I'm holding. I don't even want to go to toilet, and I'm waiting to see that. And other people like struggling hard. They're not are supposed to, they're waiting for this, and I respect that. I mean, I admire that and I respect that, and I want to honor that. So obviously, before the listing, this opportunity, I believe, is going to make it even more fairer to the members of the community, because our community across Telegram, Twitter, all that is 100,000 plus people strong, and less than 1% of them had opportunity to hold Forward tokens right now. And with this move, at least another, a percent of them could end up having it, who are 100% members of this Forward community. And at the same time, a lot of people went for whitelist previous time, and they were they didn't end up getting in the previous whitelisted experiences, because Mahastarter sold out in 13 seconds, and very few people could. So even for those people, for their efforts, it needs to be rewarded. So I wanted to bring this IVO-based solution, Forward's Launchpad, which internally it's a code name, GoForward. So the GoForward, I mean, okay, the name is revealed right now. So with Go, wanted to make sure opportunity given to not only the members of the community, but even previously attempted people who attempted to purchase in the previous SHO and in IBO, giving those members as well opportunity, literally giving second chances to every member in every stage of the funnel in the past, and making sure that we bring them as many people as possible on board before the listing. And I believe that is going to make everyone even more happier. And again, I know some members in the community, when the hint went out about the round 3, there were questions about increasing the market cap. No, the market cap is not going to be increased, because the market cap numbers that you're seeing there is, it's a total of the actual market cap plus liquidity. So now this will be adjusted within that. So the market cap remains the same. Rest assured, the market cap is not changing. It doesn't have any adverse effect. The only difference is that we would have even more loyal members, because who benefits the most if this round doesn't happen? I believe some of the existing holders would benefit more, because it just obviously is better, because all these people will be buying in the exchange when listing. But then we are not here only to make select few wealthy. We are here to build something for a larger community. So I believe this is a right move, hearing to the community's voice of being part of it and giving them that chance to actually be part of it, and not just be greedy for the select few, but opening with welcome arms for a much larger segment of people to be here. So yeah, that's something that I am super pumped, because very, very, very few projects would have opportunity and to back them up to do their own launch in their own launch pad. And we are doing it because of the community, because of you people, that we believe your love that you showed, your interest that you showed, your commitment, and you wanting this to happen. We heard you, we read every message every day and night, and we want to make that happen right now. And you asked for it, and here you have it.
Okay, just to recap, we are having a third round on GoForward, which is going to be an application of our IVO contract. And it's going to be for the Forward community and for those who didn't have a chance to get in on the launches that we had during December. I think that is going to make a lot of people happy. What do you think, Mitch?
Yeah, I think it's going to make a lot of people happy, because it really does. It just embraces that whole thing of community. It gives more people an opportunity. And as Keith said, reading all those messages and seeing the disappointment and just feeling the disappointment, and so many people that missed out, this is their chance to really get a second bite at the apple. And it really does cater to that idea of community and doing something as a community for the community. So, when this idea came about, we were really excited, because it actually positions the community at the center of everything we do. And that's the way it should be. It really is a community project, and I love it. I think it's going to make a big difference. And I think it really creates an opportunity for everybody, an equal opportunity. So guys, get ready. It's coming. And make sure you're ready for it.
Okay, so more announcements related to that will be dropped soon, obviously. But, the word is out now. The cat is out of the box. So that is definitely one of the things that we have brewing. Is there anything that we can give away? Anything more?
I think happened in the last 3-4 days. We all know that we have multiple confirmed exchange listings. You already know the names. I'm not supposed to say the names until the exchanges announces it themselves. But we are all aware the names that you know of. But we were also able to finalize. We are in the final discussions with one more, the fourth one in the list, fourth centralized exchange, who is one of the top exchanges of one of the largest regions in the world. It's a regional exchange, but a tier one of that particular region. And I'm super excited for that because now it helps us to also open ourselves up to multiple larger regions with concentrated crypto community members and giving them opportunity to buy and trade in their own local currencies as well. And I think even though the listing dates are still not announced, the progress that making it even more stronger, more powerful when the listing happens and right after. So I'm super pumped of this, and between now and then, there'll be a lot more news that'll be coming out, which continues to enhance our path.
Great. Okay. And do we have a timeline that we can reveal right now?
Not yet. We are. I think it's still gonna take some more time to reveal it and to make it public. But here's one thing. If it is a group of people with whom we can just tell them, okay, this is what we think right now, and change it few days down the road because of the changing circumstances. And if everyone are gonna be okay with it, then we could always do that every day in day out because in real life where real things are being built, things are always changing, things are dynamic. And, while everything, we all love stability and we all love things set in stone, real life practically doesn't happen that way. Things are in flux, things are constantly changing and evolving. And, a lot of members in our forward community, they come with a long-term perspective and they are happy and they are excited and they understand it. But there are also other members in the community who are in a bit of a hurry, and we don't want to just give some ideas right now tentatively. And if it were to change, it would definitely create a not so positive reaction among those members, which is why I believe it's best to reveal the specifics when it is 100% set, the date and time is set, and it is not going to change no matter what. Then I believe it is the best time to share with every member in the community at that point. And we all know it is happening and where it is happening. So until then, I would really love for a little more patience as we build towards it.
Okay. Mitch, anything you'd like to add?
No, it is sometimes hard to keep everybody happy, and everybody has different objectives and opinions and timelines and expectations. But just so that you understand, the first thing in our mind is the community and the project and how we're going to make a success of it for the long term, so that, there are people that have come in and are going to be around for a long time. Some of our investors have been there from 2018 and they're in it for the long term. And bearing that in mind, and the people that have got different ideas and want different outcomes, and trying to balance that, we just, are cognitive of all of those things, and just want to make sure that we do it in the right way so that it does come across and is the best for everybody in the community all together, each member from wherever they are. But it's a really, really exciting time. And geez, man, I actually can't wait for this to roll out, because I think everybody from wherever they are is going to have a wonderful experience and going to get what they want out of it, which is what we ultimately want.
Okay.
And
Great.
to support that, I believe we are writing a more detailed article explaining various points that we discussed right now and what we had past, the present, and the future. And that should also help with this process and understanding more, because obviously we don't have everyone in the community here. And while this video will be live for members to read and listen to, the article would also help supplement that and give a better understanding to other members who couldn't be here with us right now.
Okay, so we talked quite a bit about what we have in the works for, at least the beginning of 2022. Let's talk about what happened at the end of 2021 a bit, just a recap. And I would like to hear, after the holidays and all, the hot emotions has settled down, how you guys feel that. Would you do anything different from what we did? Would you choose differently? Are there any points that have stuck with you?
Mitch?
It's funny. I remember leading up to the 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, and that whole, the launch and what have you. How many hours Key and I spent on the phone? I mean, hours and hours just discussing every variable, trying to work out what would be the best for the community, the best timing, how we would put it together. Just like almost second guessing ourselves sometimes to make sure that we were making the right decision. And looking back on it now, we were torn between patient and impatient, because we understand that choosing the right moment in launching was good, and not rushing into it was a good thing. And being impatient could have really, put a spanner in the works. And so looking back on last year, what I'm really glad about is that we chose the path of patience. Because if I look back in it now from this perspective and standing at the beginning of the year, I know for a fact 100% that we made the right decision. And that is, it's encouraging for me personally, because sometimes I wondered whether we should have made another decision. And, but that was just personal, because I'm excited about the project and we wanted to list and to get going. So, yeah, I think looking back, it's funny how a couple of things we've learned is that we've got a very strong team around us. We've got very intelligent people, and we've got good resources to go for when we need decisions to be made, and people that can help us and support us in making those decisions and helping us make the right decisions for the project and for the community. And that for me is always Key and I speak about it often. Pick the right partners. Pick people that are willing to travel with you, people that have got the right values, the right morals, and take them with you, because then they're around for the long term. And I think if you build a project on those fundamentals, you have a chance of building something that lasts for the long term, because you never have to second guess yourself. You do the right thing for the community. You put the community first and not your own ambitions. You think about how the project is going to impact people down the line, and you make decisions based on that. And if you do that, you end up with making the right decisions, because ultimately, when you're making decisions for other people and for the longevity of a project, and you're thinking about that, if that's top of mind, you do end up making the right decisions. So for me personally, that's a great thing. I just, looking back at the end of last year, lots of excitement, lots of activity, busy, etc., etc. If I look back now, I know for me personally, 100% we made the right decision, and I'm really glad we made the decisions we did, because we stand here now with a lot of optimism and excitement looking into the year, and it's a good way to start the year. So thanks.
Okay, so I feel like there's a bit of a commotion in the group chat. We have some questions from some users, like, okay, let me see the names: no risk, no reward, and hero name. I am probably pronouncing those completely wrong, so I'm sorry. But you have some questions about the community and the whitelist, the watch lists on CoinMarketCap. So we would love to hear from you. We would love to address those doubts right now. So please feel free to join the call, and we can talk. That would be probably the easiest way for you to get the answers that you want. So go ahead. Right now, the floor is open to all the community members to join in.
This is no risk, no reward speaking. I see you guys mentioned a third round. I want to know, is the third round, what's going to be the allocation? This is going to be different from, those who got in on the Mars starter and the Maker show. How is that going to go?
The specifics in terms of the size of allocation and numbers, we'll get to publish it. There'll be a separate Medium article for that explaining it. But this is going to be a single size for all. It's not going to have figures, not going to have complex figures. It's going to be a single size of allocation for every member partaking in it. It's going to be simplified and easier. without hassles, because they don't have to hold anything for it. They don't have to, have any of those complexities.
Next question: is there any specific amount of individuals that can participate in that community route?
I don't understand your question.
You said you're gonna have a community round. Is there a limit of the amount of people that can participate from the community in that community round?
Have a fixed amount that is being raised. So obviously that is going to give per member limited allocation. So yes, it will be fixed, and it's going to be equal in size. So it is going to be a relatively smaller round as well, and the allocations would also be equal to that or smaller to that. But our objective is not just to give larger allocations to few people, but to bring as many people, give as many people opportunity to be part of the process. So we'll be setting the numbers based on that, and we'll have a more detailed article about it with the specifics.
Will you guys have a way to prevent bots from gathering lots of allocation?
Obviously, because we are ensuring that this is going to go through a strong whitelist process and a KYC process as well. So it will not allow, obviously, because it's not a listing on just on Pancake, for example, in which case you need anti-bot solution, because bots could prime it up. But in this instance, it is carefully allocated to select members through the whitelisting process. So yeah, bots are not going to be in there.
Thank you for your questions. Any more? Feel free to ask whatever is on your mind. Anyone else? Okay. Great. Okay, so let me see, we are receiving, okay, let's address some questions that I saw in the chat. The meme contest winners, they're going to be announced today. So that's going to be exciting. And let's see. Did you have a chance to look at the memes that were created?
Yeah, unbelievable. I mean, so many creative people. It was a lot of fun.
I agree. We have a very tough decision. We had a very tough decision to make with all that. And okay, so let's talk a little bit about our partnerships. Which partnerships can we talk a little bit about? Would you like to talk about English Forward and Unified Council? In the white paper, those are the first integrations partners to deploy our smart contracts.
So
yeah, we can.
Yes. So basically, with the Unified Council, we are pretty excited. The application is coming on very well. And even they're excited, because that's going to put this in the hands of quite a lot of people who are not necessarily exposed to NFTs, and it's opening a much wider door. So those parts are really going good. And as the development progresses, I would really like to welcome the members in the community to also partake in the public beta test of those applications. So yeah, super excited on that.
Okay.
I think I'm excited about with.
Right now, that is being progressed. More of the UI elements of various parts of Forward Factory, making it available to the members in public, because that gives a better visualized mode of seeing what is out there in the white paper in a visual terms, where they can actually see how the pages look, how the pages work, and so on. So that is also something that is underway, because visual effect is far more powerful than the writing. And I believe once those different elements of visual pages for different segments of the factory goes live, it would add more clarity to how various partner integrations or the partner panels would work as well.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So I see some comments in the group chat. Maybe we weren't clear enough. We talked about a third round, and that will take place in our own IVO deployment, the GoForward platform. And there's still some doubts about the timing. Obviously, we're not talking about 2024 or a decade from now. And the sooner, the better. It's just a matter of aligning everything and going live. And if there are more doubts, you're always welcome to join in the chat and we can address everything. Okay, and we also have another question. How are you going to maintain the smart contracts, maintenance, security updates?
Okay, so the structure that we have here is a factory model. So if you're referring to the factory-based contracts in the Forward Factory, so those contracts, just like a WordPress plugin, they would constantly be updated as improvements happen. And those who are deploying it, they are also getting the latest version when they deploy. So obviously, if they deploy the version 1 and we have updated the Forward Factory contract to version 3, they would be able to, only certain contracts can use the upgradable contract proxies to upgrade themselves, and others would have to redeploy it. But every new member, when they're deploying their newer applications, they would always be able to use the latest version. So every time you deploy something to the Forward Factory's smart contract library, they are going to be audited by our multiple auditors to ensure it is in best form of security. But beyond that, we are also working with some insurance partners to provide inbuilt models of insurance to protect the deployed smart contracts and their total value logged assets. So this is going to be an additional partner integration that we're finalizing the details with. And once it is done, that it's going to be available in the Forward Factory panel as well, for any member deploying to immediately, with a click, add coverage to their. So those are all things in our upcoming factory-based deployment roadmap as well.
Okay. Great. Okay, so I think we can wrap it up. We don't want to take advantage of the community's time. Thank you so much for all the answers that you have provided. I think it was a very enlightening live session with the community. On my part, I would like to emphasize once again that we are definitely working on everything, and we are trying to make the stars align so we can get the most perfect project, the best outcome for the community. And of course, as always in life, people have different interests, they have different agendas. We can't really please everyone. Everyone has a different opinion, but at the end of the day, being on the inside, I can confidently say that I see those two people in front of me always trying to work towards the best of the community and towards the people that have been loyal from the start and the new people that are joining in. This is not a project for a quick buck. This is something long-term. And we want to honor the trust that those people, this community has put in us. And that is the main objective. That is the first and the last thought in the decision-making process. And we really appreciate all the trust that has been shown. And if you can show a little more and a little more patience, I think that is going to be rewarded, greatly.
Absolutely.
Closing remarks for Mitch and Key, please.
No, I just want to say thanks so much. We do appreciate the community. It's always wonderful to look at starting something and then see so many people that actually, pick up the torch and start running. And that's the most exciting bit for us. So we look forward to a lot more together this year as we build it out, as we integrate partners, as we list. There's so many exciting things happening, and the most important thing is it's going to create a massive impact in the world, and it's going to, create a lot of change for good. For people, and I think that's important. But just thanks so much for hosting this and putting it all together. It's always very exciting.
Thank you, Mitch. Thank you for being here and giving us all this wonderful insight. How about you, Key?
So from my end, I would just request the community to be a little more patient. We are taking every careful effort to make it best for you. I know a lot of members in the community invest and are part of hundreds of projects out there. We don't want this to be one of the 100 projects. We want this to be your flagship, something that you feel so proud to say that you're part of Forward 10 years down the line to members of your family, your kids, and people that you know. This shouldn't be one of the forgotten projects, but something that that has a turning point in your lives. And to do that, it takes time, it takes effort, and it takes patience to make something perfect. And I would really, really request a little more patience, because it's just been 20 days from the
not even 20 days.
Okay, so it's just been less than 20 days, and we want it listed as soon as practically possible. I would be the first person to do that, and I'm like really waiting every day, waking up to get that announcement going out. So please stick on for a little longer. In the meantime, do follow us on the updates that we are bringing up as well, and let's make this something much more bigger than anything that we have seen. Let's not let this be a one wave, but let's make this an ocean of possibilities.
Yeah, I don't think we can really add anything after that statement. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.